Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and today we are talking about Nano Dimension's NNDM stock and why analysts are recommending to buy the stock before its huge growth starts to kick in. This growth will be because of the amazing compounding annual growth rate of the whole 3D printing industry, which is what we will be discussing today, along with some other 3D printing stocks that you can diversify into if you already own NNDM stock. Then lastly, we will look at the positive momentum that NNDM stock has gathered in its options trading activities, which could mean that NNDM could start to rally soon. Go and press the like button right now for more videos like this one, comment how many 3D printing stocks you own, turn on subscription notifications if you are new, and now let's make you some free money with Webull. Webull is a free brokerage app where you can buy and sell stocks, options, and cryptocurrencies, but right now you can get 2 free stocks with Webull. You can get the first free stock, which can be worth anywhere from $2 to $250 for just creating an account, and you can get a second free stock which can be worth up to $1,600 if you invest $100 or more on your first deposit. You will have a 1 in 100 chance of getting stocks like Facebook, Starbucks, or Snapchat, and you have a 1 in 50 chance of getting stocks like Google or Procter & Gamble. To get this offer, just press on the link in my description box down below, but do it quickly because this offer will not last forever. And without further ado, let's get into today's stories. 2 studies have come out recently pertaining to the amazing compounding annual growth rate of the whole 3D printing market. The first study states that the size of the market was $14.93 billion in 2020, and it's projected to reach $17.57 billion in 2021. And by 2026, it's anticipated to reach $40.33 billion by 2026 at a compounding annual growth rate of 18%. But according to another study, the CAGR is actually much higher at 22.5%, which means that some of the dominant and revolutionary 3D printing stocks like Nano Dimension will grow in parallel with this industry's growth rate, especially because the demand for healthcare supplies has increased as of late, and because the improvement of the manufacturing process that 3D printing companies offer will fix many supply chain issues that companies are currently having. Out of the whole 3D printing market, it's the industrial and desktop printing segments that will experience the most growth, which includes Nano Dimension. 3D printing has gained extreme traction over the last decade because companies see the clear advantages that 3D printing provides over traditional manufacturing methods, such as design flexibility, rapid prototyping, print on demand, minimal waste, faster production, and it costs less in some cases. The reason that 3D printing saves time is because 3D printers can design highly complex shapes and models in-house that would normally take multiple different types of manufacturing machines to create that same exact model, and sometimes these machines are not even located in the same facility. The 3D printing market is still developing, so it's wise to buy into these companies in the early stages before the market matures, because this will give you the best opportunity to grow your money, and the ticker for that would be PRNT, which is an ETF by Cathie Wood's ARK Invest, which is one of the best ways to do this. 3D printing is also great for small business owners or engineers because it grants them the ability to 3D print their own models and prototypes without sacrificing their intellectual property like their blueprints to individual parts or even a whole new invention, because otherwise they would need to outsource this manufacturing process, which means their intellectual property could be lost, stolen, or leaked. China actually has plans to regain and further dominate the world in the manufacturing space, so they are going headfirst into 3D printing technology. This is so they can achieve their goal of, quote, Made in China 2025. And they will do this by China becoming a world leader in 3D printing technology. Some of the best 3D printing companies that you can buy shares of right now are 3D Systems, Stratasys, X1, Materialize, HP, Protolabs, Desktop Metal, and of course Nano Dimension. According to the Wall Street Journal, NNDM stock has a buy rating from analysts who say that you should buy Nano Dimension stock before the major industry growth starts in 2026. We have already talked about Nano Dimension stock having a price target of $10 on this channel, but if you can get this stock below $5.73, it's a fair deal. However, if you are already too overexposed to NNDM stock, then forget about it and buy the PRNT ETF by ARK so you are diversified within this industry, because it's not wise to overexpose yourself to a single stock. I wouldn't put all of my eggs into one basket, so to speak. Now let's talk about Nano Dimension's unusual options trading activity. I will explain everything in a moment, but currently the sentiment is bullish, the option type is a sweep, the trade type is a put, the expiration date is November 19th with a strike price of $7.50 with a volume of 202 and an open interest of 3,746. If you understood any of that, you are probably an options trader, but for those of you who aren't, let me explain. The open interest is the amount of options contracts that individual entities have written that have not been traded to buy or sell from another entity yet. Another thing that makes this unusual is, and I quote, "The trading of a contract with an expiration date in the distant future is another sign of unusual option activity, but not too much." But then if we skip down and we quote again, "The contracts that are out of the money are also indicative of unusual options activity, because out of the money contracts occur when the underlying price is under the strike price on a call option or above the strike price on a put option." So some of these signs are really not adding up for Nano Dimension stock, but we don't really know what this means, but we do know that they have a very strong negative trend line right now, but it's strange because the overall bullishness of the stock is positive. The good news for you is that if you are not an options trader, then you don't really have to worry about this. However, I am still perplexed by these contradicting signs. But the main thing that we as retail investors should be focusing more on is Nano Dimension's earnings that are coming up before mid-August. So I'm sure once that report comes in, we could see some positive price action, but we will have to wait and see. Clearly, I will be doing a video and talking through their earnings report when it comes out at around August 12th. As things currently stand, NNDM stock has a smart score of 4 from TipRanks, which gets the results from 8 different data streams, including, but are not limited to, analyst recommendations, hedge fund activities, media sentiment, and technical factors. Right now, TipRanks gives Nano Dimension stock a negative sentiment due to their downtrending stock price over the years, but the social media sentiment is still very positive and bullish. However, NNDM stock still has considerable amount of momentum since this time last year, so the stock will continue to be a roller coaster of a ride for those who decide to hold this for its amazing future upside potential. But what do you think? Comment your thoughts down below. Remember to like this video right now, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next YT video.